Do you want to get started with GoHighLevel but simply are overwhelmed with all of the features inside it? Well, trust me guys, I've been there myself. So in today's GoHighLevel tutorial, I will show you step by step all of the fundamentals that you will need to understand to then actually use HighLevel for anything you want to. So this is going to be a super valuable video, so please make sure to watch till the end to get the most out of this. So let's first of all get started with the question, what actually is GoHighLevel? Because I see a lot of people actually mixing this up. Now GoHighLevel at its core is an all-in-one marketing tool, meaning whereas usually you are going to have one tool for email marketing, one tool for your website, one tool for your CRM, with HighLevel you are going to have everything in one place, making it super powerful for your business once you understand it. Now HighLevel does have three different pricing plans: the starter plan, unlimited plan, as well as the SaaS Pro plan. I don't want to overcomplicate this. Basically the starter plan is going to right away give you all of the features. However, you are going to be limited to 3 sub-accounts. So if you plan on using more sub-accounts, like on an agency for example, then you would have to go for the unlimited plan. This is then also going to give you basic API access and a branded desktop app for your agency or for your business. And if you do want to fully white label HighLevel with your own app, with your own software, and basically sell HighLevel as a SaaS, you are also going to have the SaaS Pro option. This, in my opinion, right now is the best way to make money online. So basically you will just have to choose for one of these options and you will then have to continue. Now by default HighLevel is going to give you guys a 14-day free trial. Let me actually show you this, 14 days. However, I actually can hook you guys up. I do have a special deal going on with HighLevel where you are going to get 30 days for completely free, as well as a free live bootcamp to get started with HighLevel. I will leave you a link down below. Now this is an affiliate link, so I'm going to earn a small kickback, and additionally if you are going to use this link, you are also going to get my bonuses right here worth over $2,000, including this beautiful landing page template which you can use for basically anything. We are going to use this later on, so just stay tuned. Either way, let's now get started by heading over to the HighLevel dashboard. Now this right here is what we call the agency dashboard. HighLevel is going to have 2 different dashboards. First of all the agency dashboard and then also the account dashboard. Inside the agency dashboard we are going to have all of the settings on an agency level. So this would be the place where you can then actually select all of the different apps which you want to resell for your clients. You can then actually also view potential prospecting accounts and so on. Now, this agency account is relatively simple. You aren't going to have that many important features inside here. However, if you would, for example, want to set up a white labeled HighLevel experience, you would just have to head over to the settings on the bottom left, and under company, you can then set your company logo. You can change the company website, domain, and so on. Now, these right here are the settings, and right here under Stripes, we can then actually also connect our Stripe account. This is super useful to basically take payments online. Now on HighLevel you can, for example, sell your course, you can send out invoices and so on, and to actually take payments you are going to have to use a payment provider, in this case Stripe. So make sure to just connect your Stripe account right here, and once you did so, make sure to go back and let's get started by adding our first sub account onto HighLevel. So I'm just going to add a new one right here. We can then use any of these snapshot templates. However, I usually am not a big fan of these. I think just getting started with a blank snapshot right here is the best in most cases. We will then have to add our account, so we can either put in any sort of business right here, and this is then basically automatically going to get the information, or we can actually also add an account manually, which is what I'm going to do. Right here under first name, I'm just going to put in Elon Musk, and let's actually just put in the information. And once you've put in the information, you can actually save this and you can add this sub account. And once we've added this sub account, we can then actually also access this sub account by clicking on here on the top left and by then selecting the sub account. And this is how the sub account view now is going to look like. The sub-account view is going to be the place where you can then find all of the actual features regarding the business, and you can then actually set up your email marketing, set up your website, set up your basically everything right inside the sub-account view. Let's get started by heading over to the dashboard right here on the left. Now this dashboard essentially is going to give you guys an overview of all of the different things going on inside your business and on a sub-account level obviously, so inside the SpaceX business in this case. Now right now, as we haven't added any deals, any data, this is going to be basically blank. However, once you've added some data, this is then going to give you guys a pretty useful overview of all of the features, and you can actually also customize this by clicking on edit widget, dashboard on the right, and you can then actually add new widgets, you can edit or delete these widgets and so on. Now, actually, to get started, we are going to head over to contacts. This is a super important part of your whole GoHighLevel account. Essentially, right here, you can see all of the different contacts which you've either worked with in the past or are currently working with, and this is basically going to give you guys an email list. So to actually import an email list from another provider, all which you would have to do is to just click on import contacts right here, and you can then upload your CSV file. And once you've uploaded it, you will then have to map all of your data. And then your contacts are going to be added. As you can see right here, I just added them. We can now actually also click on them, and this is then going to give us an in-depth view. Now please note that this contact right here also works as a CRM contact, meaning that you can basically set the contact type. This is going to be either a lead, customer. You can then actually also add the general info, and you can then actually also assign an owner onto this, and you can basically do everything inside this contact view right here. You can also change the view right here on the right to see all sorts of other tasks and all sorts of other payments, for example, associated with this contact. If you do want to send this contact a message, all which you would have to do is to use this window right here, and this will then right away send out a message, and you can even connect your professional email onto this, and this is just a pretty easy way of sending out emails. And on the bottom right here, we can then, for example, also request payments, or we can actually also add other stuff. I'm not going to get in depth into this right now. Please just note that under the contact view, you can first of all send out an email, and you can find all of the associated activity to this contact, which is super useful. We can then also add companies which we are working with. Perfect. And under opportunities, this is basically now going to work as a CRM. So you can right here add your pipeline. Let's just create a new one. And right here we can then add our pipeline name as well as all of the stage names which are going to be visible inside our CRM. So let's now actually save this, and this is now automatically being added. And under CRM1, we can then actually view our pipeline, which is going to look like this. We can then add new opportunities, and we can actually also select the associated contact right here. We can give opportunity value, and basically this is going to work like any other CRM feature. This is just going to give you guys a visual overview of all of the different deals which you currently have going on inside your business. Now, what I really like about GoHighLevel is that as GoHighLevel is an all-in-one platform, you are basically going to have all of the data, all of the functionalities in one place, meaning that everything is connected. And now that this deal has been created, we can always click on it, and this is then going to give us the same view as beforehand, with the only difference that right here, this is then going to say opportunity created as an update in terms of the activity. Under payments, we can then actually generate invoices for our customers. To do this, you would obviously have to connect a payment provider. Once again, they do have Stripe, but also other options like NMI, Authorize.net, PayPal, Square, and custom providers. Then you can connect your accounting, and you can then actually also control all of the payments. Now, as I'm just using this GoHighLevel account as an example, I'm not actually going to integrate my payment gateway, as I've already did that on my own GoHighLevel account, but basically right here, you can then generate new invoices. This is going to look like this. Now, nothing special, still super nice to have this, and you don't have to worry to basically do the invoices yourself. You can head over to the invoice settings, change the invoice number, you can add products onto this, you can add additional options, and basically everything you need for invoices. Under documents and contracts, you can then actually also view all sorts of other documents and contracts. Right. Under orders, you can then view all of your orders. GoHighLevel actually also is an e-commerce platform, so you can sell stuff online. And under subscriptions, you can see and you can keep track of all of your customer subscriptions. Now, all of the features right here under payments are basically pretty self-explanatory. So let's rather continue this tutorial by going to sites right here. Under sites, you can find all sorts of different site related stuff which you can set up. This starts at basic stuff like funnels, websites, but you can also create stores, webinars, you can create a blog, you can connect your WordPress account, you can create quizzes, you can create surveys, and so on. So let's get started by creating ourselves a form. So all which you will have to do is click on add form right here on the top right, and you can either then choose a template or you can start from scratch. In this case, as we are just building up a form, we can just start from scratch. It isn't going to be that time consuming, as you can see right here. Now, first of all, let's rename this. I'm just going to name this to email lead magnet, and we can then actually also update the fields right here, which we want to take. Now, in this case, I will just delete the phone field right here because I don't really think it's necessary to get the phone number of my potential leads. I think first name, last name, and email works just as fine. So I'm just going to delete this right here. As for the first name and last name, I actually do want to make this required to fill in. So I will just select this and I'm then going to click on required right here. You can actually also add new forms by clicking on the left right here, and you're then going to have all sorts of different options. This could literally also be monetary. You could insert a CAPTCHA if you're, for example, struggling with a lot of bot inputs. Usually that's not the case, but you can do that right here. Additionally, you can add a radio. What is this? Okay, I don't know about this feature. Either way, you can basically add all sorts of different stuff right here on the left. So once we are ready, we can then actually also continue customizing this. I will, for example, change the button background color to something bluish. We can then change the font. We can change the heading. We can actually also, basically we can do whatever we want right here. However, in my case, I'm simply just going to save this for now. So let's now actually opt out of this. Now that we have set up our form, we can head over to funnels and let's quickly get started by creating our first funnel. So I'm just going to use my own funnel template for this. So let's actually open this up right here. As you can see, you are going to have a blue option as well as a green option. In this case, I'm just going to go for the green one actually, and let's click on edit right here. Now I'm quickly going to show you how the website builder is going to work. Please note that this process is going to be exactly the same when building up websites in GoHighLevel, when building up stores, and so on. So let's quickly go through this. Please make sure to listen carefully because this is super important. GoHighLevel is what we call a drag and drop based website editor, meaning that you are basically going to have all sorts of different elements right here, and you can basically drag them around depending on where you want to have your elements. You can actually also add new elements right here on the left. Now this is going to be basically subdivided in elements and then also sections or rows. These sections, let's actually add one right here. These sections essentially are going to be blank website space, which you can then use by adding different kind of rows onto these. And these rows are then being used to basically subdivide this section into different kind of categories so that you can further customize this. So in this case, we could then add a headline onto this, and on the right, we can then actually add an image, for example, or a video. And this is basically how you are going to use sections and rows inside this. If you do want to change stuff inside here, you will just have to select it, and you can then basically customize this. And then when actually selecting a certain element, you're always going to have the settings on the right. So this doesn't necessarily have to be the text. You can also select the video, and then you're going to have all settings on the right. You can select this, you can select this. You're always going to have the settings on the right, and this is going to be subdivided in general, animations, and advanced. Advanced, you probably aren't going to need to use that often. However, let's quickly get started by general. Right here, you can set stuff like the font size, font weight, color, and so on. And under animations, you can then add all sorts of different entrance animations onto this if you want to. So let's actually go with this example right here, and let's for example say that we are going to build up a lead magnet funnel. So we are basically going to give out something for free for our potential subscribers, and in return we are going to receive the email address, which we can then use to market our own stuff. Now to actually do this, we would have to head over to this button right here, and let's now actually change the text. So I'm just going to quickly go to the right, and under text options we can then change this. So I'm just going to change this to get my free ebook as an example. As for the button action, by default this is going to be open pop-up, which which is going to work for our use case. However, there are also countless other options, like for example, you can use a website URL as a destination. You can hide and show elements. You can basically put them onto the next step into your funnel. You can send out an SMS and so on. And you can even sell your membership right inside this button, and you can then basically put in, basically this is going to then redirect them to the membership page of yours. But in my case, I'm going to select Open Pop-up. Why? Well, we would now want to actually integrate our form, which we've created earlier, so that this is then going to give our leads an option to fill in their information. So to do that, simply just head over to the top left right here, and under pop-up settings, you're then going to see an overview and basically a preview of your pop-up. In my case, I'm just going to add a row. I'm going to add a column onto this, and let's now right here actually add a form. Perfect. Let's now select our email lead magnet form. And I think this does look pretty nice. Obviously, you could then also add a headline onto this. So you would just have to basically repeat this process by adding elements and so on. But basically, that's how it is going to work. Something which is also important to notice is that right here, you can then actually also view all of the different layers inside your page. You can view all of the pages. You can see the tracking code, custom CSS. You can actually also change the default typography, which is super useful if you do want to change that. And you can change the background, pop-up settings, SEO metadata, and so on, everything inside here. So let's now actually save this. And we can now then actually also publish our site on the top right once we've saved this. But I'm not going to do that right now. So let's rather now actually just click on back. And now that we know how to build up our funnels, once again, this is going to be the same for websites, stores, webinars, and so on. We can actually continue by heading over to marketing right here. And under marketing, we are then going to have social planner, emails, snippets, countdown timers, and so on. Basically, make sure to right here, select emails. This is going to be the most important part of your marketing section right here. This is going to be the email marketing. So right here, this would be the place where you can then create a new campaign. This is going to be through a blank page mostly. However, you can actually also use the design editor. I'm usually a big fan of just using the plain text editor. These emails most of the time are actually the best converting ones for me, but let's actually just go for this design editor as it is just a super popular choice. And this is then basically once again going to be somewhat the same process as we've already did on the website. So we can add our text, we can then actually add our image, and essentially if you for example have used MailChimp in the past, this is basically going to be a one-to-one copy. And right here, this is one thing which I really like. You can then actually also directly integrate all sorts of different products of yours inside here so that you can basically give your readers an option to check out. And essentially, once again, I already said this quite a lot in this video, but I just really like that GoHighLevel is an all-in-one tool and that you're going to have everything in one place. I think this is just the main reason why GoHighLevel is so powerful. So make sure to take advantage of this. Either way, let's now actually opt out of this. Under emails, you can then actually also set up email templates, which makes sense if you are regularly going to send out emails. Make sure to have a strong brand identity so that when people are going to see your email address, they're right away going to know what they're going to get. Hopefully something good. And then right here under snippets, you can then actually also create quick snippets to send out a couple of emails in a flow, I guess. But I wouldn't recommend you to use this feature. Actually, I would recommend you to use the way more powerful feature for this, which would be the automation feature. You can find this on the left. So right here, we can then either pick a template or we can start from scratch. Now you can basically create anything with this workflow feature. Just to give you some ideas, one template would be a WhatsApp delivery status, updater, a recipe, Instagram comment automation, and so on. However, this is super powerful. Basically, GoHighLevel also integrates with ChatGPT, so you are going to have something like send product recommendations using ChatGPT for Turbo as a template, which you can use. However, you can obviously also integrate ChatGPT on your own. So let me actually show you how to start from scratch. Simply just click on continue, and the first step would be to actually select a trigger for your workflow. So basically a starting point for your automation. So to do this, just click on here. In my case, I'm going to add the following trigger. I'm going to say that if someone actually has submitted our email marketing form right here, So I'm just going to say that this is going to be triggered whenever a form is submitted. However, if you do want to actually further customize this, and if you do want to make this more accurate and more precise, you can also add a filter right here, and you can for example select form is, and you can then select the form which you want to add as a trigger. So in this case, if we would select email lead magnet right here, this would mean that this trigger is only going to be triggered when a form is being submitted, to be exact, when this email lead magnet form is being submitted, which we have created beforehand. So let's save this trigger right here. You can then also add new triggers if you want to. I'm just going to stick with this as a default, and then this is going to be the fun part. Right here, when you're going to click on plus, you can basically add all sorts of different automations and all sorts of different actions onto this. So this is going to start for simple if-else hooks, or you can send out a WhatsApp message, you can send out an Instagram DM, send out a Slack message. You can actually also add someone to an affiliate manager, you can grant group access, you can create a deal, or you can, for example, let me show you this, you can actually also create anything ChatGPT related inside right here. So this is basically insane, and I basically GoHighLevel also integrates with other tools. So right here under this Discover tab, you can actually also see that right here. Now I can't stress enough about how powerful this automation feature is. This can literally save you thousands of hours of work. So please make sure to spend some time on this, and please make sure to actually use this in your own company. Once you then have your workflow going, you can actually also view the enrollment history and all of the execution logs right here. Under memberships, you can then actually set up all sorts of different info products. So if you, for example, would want to set up a course, this would be the place where you can do that. To do so, just click on products right here, then create a new product. We are just going to start from scratch. However, you can also import your course from Kajabi, and then you can actually use a sprint course, marathon course, or a membership. In this case, a sprint course is just going to be a short course to build a gateway to memberships. So this could, for example, be a lead magnet, which is then going to be used to actually convert the lead to a paying membership. As for the marathon course, this would be your normal info related course where you are going to train and upskill your audience within your niche. So this would be an advanced course, a normal course. And then as for membership right here, this is basically going to be a school clone. However, the upside of this membership feature is that with GoHighLevel memberships, you can actually fully white label and fully customize this with your own brand. So you aren't going to have the GoHighLevel branding on there. But more on that in just a second. Let's now actually quickly just create a course. I'm just going to name this marathon course test, and let's actually create this product. We can then right here go over the outline. We can basically edit all of these chapters. We can then change the lesson thumbnail. We can upload a video, upload audio, and you can actually also preview this course right here on the right. Now this is going to be how this is going to look like by default. I do also launch my own free Shopify course on GoHighLevel, so you can also customize this if you want to. As you can see, this is how it is going to look like out of the box, which right away doesn't look that bad. And this would just be your normal login portal, which all of your students are going to see. Also looks super professional, and you can obviously then also customize this. Now right here under the products, to actually sell or give out this course for completely free, we would have to actually set up an offer for this course. So click onto offers right here, then create a new offer, and then select the product which you want to basically sell. In this case, I'm just going to say free Shopify course. As for the type, right here, this would be free. However, you can also select paid if you are going to have a payment provider connected. In my case, I'm just going to click on create, and we can now then actually give out our course for completely free. Let me now quickly also show you how to set up communities. So right here under groups, we can then actually create a new community. So we can then set a name. I'm just going to say Shopify community as an example, and we can then, let's actually just skip this for now. Okay, we need to put in a description. So let's just create the group, and this is then. And as you can see, this is now going to be basically a school clone where you can set up your own community. You're going to have a discussions tab right here. You're also going to have the learning tab where you can then add all sorts of different courses. And what I actually really like, I think this isn't available on school, you can actually create a course, and you can then also set a price for this course individually inside your community, which is a super nice feature. Under members, you can then view all of the members. Under events, they are going to have a calendar view of all all of the different events going on, you can then add a new event right here. And under the leaderboard, you can basically gamify your community by adding some sorts of different incentivizes on why people should chat. Maybe on level 8 they are going to get a private mastermind call with you, and so on. And under certificates, you can actually also give out certificates for your courses. Now, GoHighLevel just is such a powerful tool, but I really hope that this video helped you out by giving you a quick overview of all of the features inside GoHighLevel. If you still have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments down below. And if you do want to sign up to HighLevel, make sure to do so by using my link down below to get an extended 30-day free trial as well as my bonuses. Either way, I will see you in the next one.